There are 11 Incoterms 2020 rules. These globally recognized trade terms, published by the International Chamber of Commerce, determine how costs and risks are split between buyers and sellers conducting international transactions, and when the risk or liability for the goods transfer from the seller to the buyer. In this video, I'll take a closer look at the Incoterms rule EXW, also known as Ex-Works. But first, make sure you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our Basics of Exporting videos, sharing practical advice for exporters and importers. Here's what you need to know before using the Incoterm Ex-Works. Ex-Works means the seller has fulfilled their obligation when the goods are made available to the buyer, usually at the seller's location. The seller should package the goods appropriately or as specified in the agreement. The buyer is responsible for loading the goods on their transport and everything else necessary to get the goods to the final destination. The risk or liability for the goods transfers from the seller to the buyer when the goods are made available at the named place. That means that if damage occurs while the goods are being loaded on the buyer's transport, the buyer is at risk, even if the seller is assisting with the loading. Precautions should be taken. Ex-Works is often used during a routed export transaction, when the foreign buyer contracts with the freight forwarder or other agent to export merchandise from the United States. Sellers in the United States often choose Ex-Works because they think it minimizes their responsibilities and risk. Ex-Works is the only term that says the buyer is responsible for export clearance. But using Ex-Works does not relieve the sellers of their export compliance responsibilities under foreign trade regulations and export administration regulations. They must provide required data elements to the buyer's agent, usually a freight forwarder, who has been authorized to file through AES on their behalf. Ex-Works can be used for any mode of transportation. Ex-Works is frequently used for exports from the United States, but it is almost universally reviled by those who make a living training others about how to use Incoterms. In most cases, FCA would be a better alternative. One of the 4 C terms, cost and freight, cost insurance and freight, carriage paid to, and carriage insurance paid to, may be even better. Using Ex-Works means sellers give up control of their goods almost immediately and risk that export controls aren't followed or that the goods never actually leave the country. Some companies insist they use Ex-Works because they want to be able to recognize the revenue for the sale immediately. But the ICC's Incoterms 2020 book clearly states that the recognition of revenue is independent of any Incoterm rule. From the seller's standpoint, Ex-Works may not be a good choice if a letter of credit is involved. Because the freight forwarder follows instructions from the buyer, the seller may run into trouble satisfying the letter of credit. If you are regularly involved in international trade, you need to understand the risks and responsibilities for each of the Incoterms 2020 rules, not just pick the term you always use. Shipping Solutions is here to help. Download our free chart of responsibilities to compare all 11 Incoterms and our free white paper and introduction to Incoterms. You'll find links below. If you liked this video, like it, share it, and make sure you're subscribed to our channel. Watch for more videos sharing real practical advice for exporters and importers.